Some people come out and say, Lord, I want to break the family yoke in my family. I want to break poverty. Brother, sister, to break poverty, forgive me to say this, to break poverty is actually, I believe, in my own little understanding and by the grace of God and by the mercy of God, is the easiest thing to break. It seems like it's hard, but the moment you refuse to be poor, transfer that poverty to someone else. God forbid you will never be poor. Come, let me do an example. Never be poor. You will never be poor. You will always be wealthy. Money will never lack from you. Now see, if I'm poor, God forbid, and this guy is richer than me. You know, even in poverty, they have people that are poorer, and they have poorest. So if you are the poorest, and this guy is like poor, and you know, there are some people that are poor in their family that every other village, even the poor people in the village, pity for them. Oh yeah, oh yes, I know, I'm telling you. So if you said no, I won't be poor, the first thing to do is to, if you have rejected it, transfer the poverty out of you. You see, people always give you. Stop receiving from them. Give them. The moment you give them, you are no longer poor. Them that are receiving are now poor. You have not just changed it in your mindset, you have changed it in the physical realm. Even the spirit realm will obey it. People that are poor are people that always want to receive. They never want to give. They believe that they are poor, so because they are poor, they should be given to. No, reject it. That's why the Bible says, blessed is the one that gives than the one that received it. You can reject poverty. It's not by saying, I won't be poor. If you say you won't be poor, act like a rich man. That is preparation. Change the status quo. Change it. Can't be poor. Won't be poor. Sometimes you come to my house, we buy food stuff. Mommy, we are saying, I say, mommy, share this one half. Bring nylon. Let's put bag it. There are people to give these things out to. Mommy saying, you will not give all now. We'll not start looking for. I say, let's give it all. You see us be cutting it. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You see us will be cutting it. Bah. Do you know that if I shout so loud now, a bag of rice will fall? If I just come out and say, you see bag of rice that will come. Because what? You rejected it. Some people want, no, just give me. And give me. Kinda. They always come and tell you that things are hard. Refuse it. I can't be poor. I can't be poor. Am I saying that when people give you something you should reject? No. When people give you, when you receive 1,000 from them, take out of that one, take 400 naira, give to someone else. Let someone else be poorer, not you. But if you keep swallowing it, you will be the last blood. Others will rise, you will be the last blood. You can break poverty. Any family can. Any family that is still poor wants to be poor. If there is no cause in the family, that person chooses to be poor. I'm telling you, they want to be poor. And my bag is a simple thing. Now they make and look like it is hard to break out of it. You change them. Do you know why the rich are always rich? They never stop giving. A rich man will just come now and send 10 persons to school. You know that is business. If the 10 of them became great, do you think they'll forget that man? Out of the 10, 2 will remember him. I was hearing the story of the woman that called, she was having meeting in Lagos. I don't know if most of people have heard the story. Every time she will call people and preach to them about giving. She will lodge them in a hotel. Lodge all of them in a hotel. Teach them about giving. When it's done, she doesn't collect money. She leave them and go. Then she hosts the meeting again. Teach them. After 2 years, they now said, how come this woman is teaching us about giving? And she doesn't really collect money from us. She will pay our hotel bills, teach us about giving and leave. So they started giving. As I'm speaking to you, they say early this year, the people she trained, the disciples she trained, gave her a house worth 180 million naira. They say they gave her to choose one in Lekki and one in ZVI. Say one in Lekki and one other space that she should choose. So she said there is one that she has been praying to God for a 7-room apartment, I think in VI or Lekki or so. So one man has a house there. The man said, any person that come and pay, they want to pay money, 180. The man said no. So they come and told her that it's a woman that we want to pay this thing for, and the woman is a woman of God. She said that's the person she will give. And she came to the house, and that house was 7-room apartment. Everything that she has imagined to build for herself was in the house. What did she do? She didn't give them money. She raised them. She taught them. Our generation don't want to be taught how to fish. They want you to give them fish. And that's why it feels like the men of God get richer while the members are poor. Then the next thing you hear is that only their wealth. Oh boy, how much do you have? Somebody said, man of God, somebody said something. He said, I heard a story. The young man said, when they use them do money. Say, after all, even in entire destiny, how much it be? You will reject it. Whatever you don't reject will stay with you. Kill the mindset. Kill the mindset. Sometimes they give you a plate of rice. You must eat, even when you are satisfied, you must finish it. Boy, that is poverty mentality. I'm telling you the gospel truth, you don't know it. Even the Bible told you how to eat. When you are done, don't request for extra. Even when you are not satisfied, he said, don't request for it. Act like you are filled. But you, hey, why are you rice? Yeah, talker. Now you got an extra plate. Have your wonderful seat, brother. I'm telling you how this kingdom works. You must see, you are the one to change the story. The Bible said that he that soweth in tears will reap joyful. That scripture do alive. I saw it in the life of one of our partner. Boy, this young man broke my heart one day. I was telling him, you know, I can't stop people from supporting the work of God, but sometimes I try to manipulate them not to give. I told him, you're having no, this message is not for you. I know what you are going through. He said, no, man of God. The next thing I saw this boy, I said, guy, why are you doing this? He said, no, that he knows something. This young man showed me his account, his bank account, and the next thing I saw it transfer. I said, guy, this thing. He said, don't worry. That same evening, his guy that was arrested was released from the prison. How? When he was telling me the story, I was like, and the Lord said, this is why I told you, never stop anyone who wants to give. Even if all they had is 100 naira, don't pity for them and say, okay, take it back. Instead, take the 100 naira, put. If you want to give them, use your own money and give them. But never reject anything they bring. They are not giving it to you, they are giving it to my altar. It's not a must you give to the altar of God. There are people around you that needs your help. Sometimes you are the one. When you want to plant cassava, how does it work? The first thing you must do is to plant it on the soil. Is that correct? When you plant it on the soil, you don't just go and sit down and say it will harvest. No, because you might come, the bird might have fed on it. I used to plant corn. I have a big farmland, so I know what it means. Sometimes you plant corn. That's why you plant corn in twos. If you're a farmer, it's two. You put here and put here. Out of that two, only one they always grow. There's one small animal that always feed on corn. You just come and this squirrel, just come and take it. So you will now start. You will have to come to the farm and put that physics, so that if he perceives it, you will not come there. When God was teaching me farming, I didn't know he was teaching me life. He said, Emeka, now you've put it. How much did you spend? I told him. He said, now wait. The woman that takes care of my farm will just come. Say, Ogani, we need to clear the weeds. He said, and that money. He said, people that used to work, all those Abakaleke people now, it's 225 for one person. I said, how many people need to clear it? He said, 4 persons. I said, that's a lot of money now. That's 10K now. You uncle, and why am I paying you money now? Help her clean. He said, no, she's pregnant. Oh, you will spend the money. If you want that corn to do well, you will clear the weed, or else the weed will eat from the nutrient of that corn. That is the waiting. So while you are waiting, you're not sitting down living a sinful life. You're not sitting down gossiping. You are waiting. Every time you come to check, Father, remember, we talked about a deal. That is weeding. Changeable God. Father, how far now? When I have to Charlie go now. Okay, I remember. The next week, Father, what you are doing is weeding. You are waiting. But while you are waiting, you are doing something. Then you want it to be faster. You add more prayer, add fasting. That is like fertilizer and manure. So if it is supposed to come out in 3 months, it will come out in 2.5 months. But remember, there must be a season. You can't plant today and harvest today. No. Sun will happen, rain will happen, weather will happen, climate will take place, everything, photosynthesis will take place. Because the absence of sun means the absence of growth. I see my agric. I didn't waste my agric. Even while I was in school, I don't know what you are talking about agric. But when I begin to read the Bible, God brought me to that agric. Student, don't dodge from any class. If you don't meet it now, you meet it in future when God is calling you.